Rolling. Good morning, bachcho. Very good morning. Good morning, children. Good morning. Hope I am audible to you. Good morning. Good morning, bachcho. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Please join fast. Good morning, bachcho. Good morning. Good morning, Jyoti, Varsha. Good morning, Sandhya. And good morning to all the students who are watching live on YouTube. Very good morning to you also. You all are equally lovely. Good morning, bachcho. Now today I have to continue with the remaining portion and just remind me, in the last class, did we complete the frog? We have to start with the digestion now, or some part of frog is remaining? Which system of frog is remaining? Tell me, what was the last system we were doing? Quickly tell me, beta, the last system. Yes, please. Who will tell me, Surya? The last system. Priyanka, Surya, Varsha, anyone? Okay. Voice is low. Bachcho, tell me, what was the last system we were doing? Excretory. IPND, excretory completed. That is completed. Excretory. Oppo, A3. Excretory system of frog. In excretory organ, kidney, main excretory waste in frog is urea, tadpole is ammonia, and there is a link of the excretory system in case of male with the reproductive system. The testes and kidneys are connected. These to remember, okay? Okay, done. We did that, completed that diagram also. I show you diagram, the diagram of the kidney and the testes connected with that, vasa efferentia, Bidder's canal. After that, there is a urinogenital duct. That is done. So excretory is completed now. After excretory, and let me complete here the reproductive also, because excretory and reproductive can be done together. Reproductive system, okay? Now you know that they reproduce sexually, and they have, there is sexual dimorphism. Male and female frog can be seen, and we can differentiate them. So what are the two things which are there in the male and not there in the female? Please write in the comment box. The two things which are there in the male, and you can write in as short as possible. As short as possible. Come on. One is copulatory pad, very good copulatory pad, and another thing is very good copulatory pad. Another thing, yes, please. Yes, I take that. And VS, vocal sac, I take that. Vocal sac, okay. Vocal sac and copulatory pad are there in the male frog. Now, let me continue further. The reproductive system. The reproductive system. Some basic points are there, that there is a sexual mode of reproduction. There is sexual dimorphism present. Okay. Yes, they are dioecious, pakka. They are dioecious. Then only there is sexual dimorphism present. Now, fertilization, very, very important. Fertilization is external. Fertilization is external. Very good. And now the development. The development is, come on, tell me, it is direct or indirect? It is indirect because there is a larva. And what is the name of the larva? Larva called tadpole. Tadpole, larva peru, tadpole. Bachcho, clear this point? Everyone understood this much? Good? Yes. So some basic points. We know that the male kidneys and the male testes are related. So the pathway of sperm in male frog is, of course, sperm pathways in male frog only. Inside the female, sperms are not seen because there is no true copulation happening in the frog, right? It is actually sexual embrace rather than a copulation. In copulation, the gametes are transferred inside the female body. But in case of frog, gametes are not transferred inside the female body. In fact, both of them release the gametes in water, and fertilization occurs in water. Yes, copulation occurs, but that is not a true copulation. That is actually amplexus, AMPLEXUS. Since at this stage, we are not supposed to know so many terms. Therefore, and NCERT also write copulatory pad, but actually it is amplexary pad, amplexary, also called nuptial pad, right? The true copulation doesn't occur in case of frogs. I'd go pad. Got it, bacho? Got it? Okay, so pathway of sperm in frog. That question came in 2017 NEET examination, okay? So therefore, we should know the pathway, and therefore kidney, Bidder's canal, all these are important in frog. Now, please recall, what is the color of testes? Testes are yellow colored. Testes are yellow colored. Color of the kidneys? Kidneys are dark red in color, dark red. And testes are yellow colored. Please remember this. Okay, done. Inside the kidney, there is a canal. This canal is Bidder's canal, and it lies medially, more towards medially. And from the kidney, you know that these vasa efferentia arising and they are connected here. Now you have to tell me, okay, how many vasa efferentia you know? How many vasa efferentia? Write in the comment box. What is happening? They are interconnected, so I am showing the interconnection, and they are also like this. Here we have collecting duct. You can see that collecting duct and the Bidder's canal, they are connected. Then, I know, but I'll just come. I wanted to know the number of these vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia, how many are they? 10 to 12 in number. Very good, 10 to 12 in number. And they come to this Bidder's canal, Bidder's. So you can see that from the testes to vasa efferentia, which are, I'll write here, vasa efferentia, efferent out, na, 10 to 12 in number, Bidder's canal. And what is the blue one here? This one is the collecting duct, and they, both of them, they open into this common duct. And this common duct is called this is cloaca, okay, cloaca. In the cloaca, what already coming, this is the, we can show, opening into the cloaca here. Here, what is already coming is rectum. This is rectum, and this is the another opening here. And one more thing which will can be seen attached here. And you know what is that? Yes, you are right. If you think it is, what is this? Come on, tell me, what is this? It is urinary bladder. It is urinary bladder. Achha, is it thick walled or thin walled? Urinary bladder is thick walled or thin walled? Come on. Don't go on the diagram. This bladder is thick or thin? It is thin walled. Very good. It is thin walled. So, thin walled. Tell me, is it ventral to rectum or dorsal to rectum? Ventral to rectum or dorsal to rectum? Who will answer? Yes, please. Ventral to rectum. Yes, it is ventral. Very good. It is ventral to rectum. These can be two questions based on the bladder. There is a connection internally, connection here, so that the urine go into the urinary bladder and fills inside the urinary bladder. And when there is a micturition reflex, at that time, this animal pees. It is not that every time the urine is dribbling down, dropping down. It's not like that. It's only when the micturition reflex takes place, at that time, the peeing takes place. Okay, bachcho? And the last question here is, tell me the name of the membrane, a common membrane which connects both the testes and the kidneys. What is this name? Think of this one. Please think of, this is a peritoneal lining. Peritoneal, it's a visceral peritoneum, a common sheath enclosing the kidneys and the testes. What is this? Yes, bachcho, this is mesorchium. This is called mesorchium. Mesorchium. So this is the physical linkage, but also the functional link. And with vasa efferentia, I will call this as the functional link. Functional link between the testes. This is testis, and this is the kidney. This is kidney. And when you come across this word urinogenital, it is understood that you are talking about the male only. Urinogenital duct cannot be in a female, it is only in the male. Okay, so just keep in mind, yes, from here also, it is not that it is a single. Urinogenital ducts are paired only here also. And what is coming here is, this is rectum. opening here, and then this is cloaca. Yes, please. This is cloaca. Cloaca. So now the passage of sperm will be testes, vasa efferentia, tarvata bidders can. Then as per the question, testes, vasa efferentia, kidneys. Inside the kidney, bidders canal, urinogenital duct, cloaca, and out. Once again, testes, vasa efferentia, kidneys, Bidder's canal, urinogenital duct, cloaca, and cloacal aperture is here, and this is how it opens to outside. Cloacal aperture opens to outside. I hope, guys. And this is mesorchium, a common peritoneal membrane, and closing. This is the male reproductive system. So there is no external genitalia. There is no external genitalia. No external genitalia. Okay. So here, because I told you, the copulation is not a true copulation. It is just a sexual embrace, or I told you it is amplexus. Okay. Bachcho, and this is Bidder's canal. This one is Bidder's canal. Important question. Collecting duct. And of course, this word also comes, Bidder's canal, testes, vasa. Vasa means plural of vas, vasa. Vasa efferentia. Efferent means out, exit. Okay. So these are only for the male. Bachcho, now next one. And let me now discuss with you the female reproductive. Okay. So the female reproductive system. Now, again, kidneys are there, but there is no functional link. They are very close. Yes, it is true. They are very close, but otherwise, there is no functional link between the ovaries and the. So let me show the ovaries here, bachcho. This is the ovaries. It is very irregular in shape. Ovaries are very irregular in shape. Okay, these all are ovaries, and inside the ovaries you will come across. So inside the ovaries you will have so many eggs in various stages of development. These are the ova. And they can be ovulated. So where they can go from here? They can go into the abdominal cavity. These ova can be released in abdominal cavity. What you see in this diagram, you are seeing these are the ovaries. Irregular walled, this is ovary. And what you see, this is kidney. One kidney, and you are doing female reproductive system. Identify what is this median structure and why we call it median. Racho, median means it is in the midline, median. And what is this? Just a sec. So there is an aperture here. Aperture, cloacal aperture. Cloacal aperture. What is this? This is cloaca. Rectum coming here. Then again, let me come back here. Cloacal aperture, understood. After that, now from the kidneys, what is coming? Ureters, no problem. Ureters are coming from the kidneys, okay? They are not very coiled, so they are almost straight ureters. From here, the urine is going to, yes, please. Urine is going to urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, okay? Thin-walled ventral to rectum. This is urinary bladder. Good. And now, from here, where the ovum will go? Ovum will go into the abdominal cavity. And from the abdominal cavity, where this will go? It will be taken by the oviductal funnel. Let me show you oviductal funnel, bachcho. This is the oviductal funnel. Okay, oviductal funnel. And from this funnel, where it will go? It will go into this long coiled tube, and you can identify the tube, bachcho. This tube is called. Yes, please. This tube is Oviduct. This long coil tube is oviduct. So this ovum can enter here and can go inside, and then through the oviduct, it can come into the cloaca. Cloaca is a common chamber. Cloaca is a common chamber. It is a gutter system, like a gutter. The meaning of cloaca is also gutter. Bachcho, okay? So the same thing can be shown here also. Again, this is the oviductal funnel, and from here the ovaries are arising. I mean, the oviducts are arising. Oviducts. In our body also we have oviducts. We call them fallopian tubes, and they are opening here. They are opening here. So this is an oviduct. Oviduct, and this is an ovary, irregular shape ovary, and these are the kidneys. So both right and left kidneys. And what are these? Come on, what are these? This is ureter. This is one of the ureter. This is one of the ureter. Okay, this is also ureter. And what is this? This is rectum. Okay, so this is rectum, which is opening into cloaca. Okay, this one is also one oviduct, the right oviduct. It is oviduct, right oviduct. Okay, done. And ova are then entered into these, and through that it can go to the cloaca, and from the cloacal aperture they will be going out. And from the ureter, what can be seen inside the ureter? Bacho, what can be seen inside the ureter? Yes, what can be seen? Urine. Urine. And what can be seen inside the oviduct? Yes, ova. Ova means many eggs. Eggs, okay? To make it easy language, I can write even eggs. So eggs, ova means the same. Ovum is one egg. Ova means multiple eggs. Plural of egg. Ovum is ova. Bacho, with this we come to the end of the diagram of female reproductive system. Yes, in the breeding season, the male and female, they do amplexus. For that, they just embrace each other. And that is therefore called the copulation, because they come, the male sit over the female, just like in copulation. But actually, there is no transfer of gametes from the male inside the female. In fact, both of them are releasing the eggs and the sperms in water. Both of them are releasing the eggs and the sperm in water. Okay? But so please note down that at a given time, at a given point of time, the females, so females lay eggs, which is known as spawning, and the males, they release the sperms, okay, which is called the milting. So the sperms are released, the process called milting, and the eggs are released, the process called spawning. And after that, and this is in water, and then the fertilization occurs in water. It occurs, okay, occurs in water. Fertilization occurs in water. Are you guys with me so far? Are you guys understanding? Fertilization occurs in the water body, and that's the reason water body is so important. If this female lays the egg outside, so another problem can happen, because these eggs do not have any shell. There is no shell here. There is no shell here. And therefore, the eggs will dry up on the land. The eggs will dry up. Here, in water, there is no problem of drying. Once the eggs are laid, then the female release a jelly over it. It's a nail-like covering all around these small eggs. It's a covering, it's a nail-like, there's a jelly. And this jelly makes the eggs very distasteful. They are not very good to eat. Therefore, the predators, those who could have eaten them, they don't like it to eat. And this is a way, an adaptation to avoid being preyed upon. Okay, so the eggs, because if the eggs do not survive, the species cannot survive. Eggs have to survive. After that, the eggs will hatch into the tadpole larva. So tadpole larva, and tadpole larva metamorphosis occurs. So metamorphosis metamorphosis. Metamorphosis occurs and the adult is formed. After the tadpole larva, metamorphosis occurs and the adult frog is formed. Metamorphosis means transformation of the larva into the adult is called metamorphosis. Transformation of larva into the adult is called metamorphosis. Okay, bachon? Now please note down. For this metamorphosis, thyroxine hormone is very, very important. Thyroxine hormone is very, very important for metamorphosis. Means if there is no thyroxine, there will not be any metamorphosis. And you know which gland produce thyroxine? Which gland produce thyroxine, guys? Which gland produce thyroxine? Thyroid, good, thyroid. So thyroid produce thyroxine, good, very good. And this thyroxine is actually iodinated thyronine. So the two raw materials here, one is iodine and one is the amino acid tyrosine. Now, this iodine is taken from outside. Tyrosine can be made inside the body, okay? So it is a non-essential amino acid, but iodine, body cannot make iodine. Therefore, iodine has to be supplied from outside. Now, if the pond or the lake, in that lake, iodine is deficient. If in the lake iodine is deficient, then what will happen? Then the animals living there, they cannot make the thyroxine. Because for thyroxine, iodine is a must to be supplied from outside. If there is no iodine in the lake, then the animal will not get, the tadpoles will not get this iodine, and they will not make the thyroxine. And if thyroxine is not there, then metamorphosis cannot take place, which means that for metamorphosis, thyroxine is essential, and therefore iodine is essential. If I give a question that if the iodine is absent or very, very deficient in the lake or pond, what will happen? So, number one, that tadpole, they will shrink. Number two, tadpole will grow, but they convert into adult. Number three, tadpole will grow, but they don't convert into adult. Number four, tadpole will immediately die. Answer is yes, tadpole will grow and they will not be converted into adults. Tadpole, their size become bigger, no problem. So growth happens in them only. But they remain tadpole. They remain tadpole. They cannot be converted into adult. So many transformations happen. The complete body changes. The physiology changes. Many organ systems are having different functionality. All these changes require so many body coordination. Along with that, iodine is very, very important because iodine is a raw material for thyroxine. Thyroxine is a thyroid hormone, very essential for metamorphosis. So here the final take is thyroxine is very, very important for metamorphosis. And what is metamorphosis? Conversion of tadpole into adult. If there is no metamorphosis, tadpole remain tadpole, adult will not be formed. Fertilization occurs outside the body. This is external fertilization. This is external fertilization. Outside the body, it is external fertilization. And female lay egg in water, and this is known as spawning, and the males lay sperms in water, which is known as milting. So just learn these names, spawning and milting. Spawning for laying the eggs and milting for laying the sperms, okay? So both of them, they are in amplexus, and that time they release them from their body. If they don't come into amplexus, if they don't embrace each other, then this will not take place. Only after embrace, hormonal changes occur in the body, and therefore the milting and spawning takes place. My dear children, hope you understood this much, and that's all about the female reproductive system. Now, just remember that at a given point of time, the female can lay egg 2,500 to 3,000 eggs. How many? 2,500 to 3,000 eggs. Mali. At a given point of time, a female can lay eggs 2,500 to 3,000 eggs at a given point of time. Just learn this number 2,000 to 2,500 to 3,000. Can you please tell me how many fertilized eggs are there in the ootheca of female cockroach? In the ootheca, how many fertilized eggs are there? Option number 1, 0. Option number 2, 12. Option number 3, 14 to 16. Option number 4, 9 and 10. Please tell me how many fertilized eggs are there? Option number 1, 0. Option number 2, 9 and 10. Option number 3, 12 to 14. Option number 4, 14 to 16. Answer is 14 to 16. Good. 14 to 16 eggs are there in each ootheca. How many total ootheca produced by the female cockroach? How many total ootheca are produced by the female cockroach? 9 to 10 ootheca. Very good. 9 to 10 ootheca. And each ootheca contains 14 to 16 eggs, fertilized eggs. Each ootheca contains 14 to 16 fertilized eggs. 9 to 10 ootheca, 9 to 10 ootheca. But so I hope you understand. And with this, we come to the end of the reproductive system. Today, we started with the revision of the excretory so that we can link that to this. And then this is just basics of the reproductive system. And we actually did start from here. No, we start from there and then we make this. I made this diagram. Then there's a male reproductive, female reproductive, all the organs. After that, we have revised this, okay? And there's a very important chart here to remember the number of the total eggs also. And fertilization is external and metamorphosis. And a very important thing, if thyroxine is deficient, then what happens? Please understand. Thyroxine is deficient, then it will remain as tadpole and will not become adult. So iodine is very, very essential because iodine is a raw material for thyroxine. Yes, tyrosine is also a raw material, but iodine has to be supplied from outside. Iodine has to be supplied from outside. So it has to be there in the pond water. But so with this, we come to the end of now the control and coordination. Now, control and coordination and coordination. They have a well-developed control and coordination as compared to the other animals we have done. As compared to the cockroach, they have a very well-developed as compared to cockroach. And cockroaches have more developed as compared to earthworm. So we have seen 3 stages. Among the non-chordates, earthworm, and then arthropoda chordate, the arthropoda cockroach. After that, now the representative vertebrate, which is the Rana tigrina, the frog. Obviously, the frog control and coordination, they are very well developed, okay, among the 3. Now, they have got both, they have chemical coordination and neural coordination, both chemical coordination and neural coordination. So they have got chemical coordination and neural coordination. Chemical coordination is with the help of hormones. Hormones can be called chemical messengers. Hormones can be called chemical messengers. And neural coordination occurs with the help of nerve signals. Nerve signals. Chemical coordination help with the hormones. Hormones are produced by endocrine glands. All the endocrine glands active in man are also active in case of frog. For example, the endocrine glands active in men, only one is there that is not so active that I'll mention here. Now, starting from the pineal body, in the brain, pineal body, in the brain, pituitary, master endocrine gland, pituitary. Hypothalamus is not that developed, so I'm not writing hypothalamus here. Then thyroid, parathyroid, thyroid, parathyroid. After that, thymus, pancreatic islets, pancreatic islets, islets, small cluster of cell. Number 7, adrenals, both adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla, both cortex and medulla. Number 8, number 8 are the gonads. Gonads. All of them are active in case of frog also. Pineal body or pineal gland in the brain. In the brain, pituitary gland, thyroid, parathyroid in the neck region, thymus in the chest region or thorax region, pancreatic islets in the abdominal region, adrenal in the abdominal region, and also the gonads in the abdominal region. Any gland we left? Any gland which we have left? Anyone? Please write in the comment box. Any gland that we left? So these are the main glands which are there in what I have not written is hypothalamus, which also we do in hypothalamus in case of humans, but here we have not written. So these are the main and they produce hormones. And we will not go into the detail of the hormones and what do they do here. We'll do this in humans, okay? So because we can do it in humans, so just know the names here and that's enough, okay? Coming to the neural coordination. The neural coordination, let me tell you how the neural coordination takes place, or what are the organs for neural coordination. The neural coordination or nervous system, the nervous system can be divided into two parts. There is an central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. CNS, central nervous system, comprise of brain and spinal cord, brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system comprise of the nerves. Two type of nerves are there in the body: cranial that arise from the brain and spinal that arise from the spinal cord. Spinal nerves and cranial nerves. You know that how many cranial nerves are there in all n amniotes? How many cranial nerves are there in all n amniotes? We provide beta, we provide. Oppo, we provide that QR. 10 pairs, very good. Cranial nerves in all n amniotes, 10 pairs. So here also, it is also n amniote, there are 10 pairs. Spinal nerves are also 10 pairs. So 10 pairs and 10 pairs. In human being, cranial are 12 pairs, spinal are 31 pairs. But 10 in case of frog. The brain is enclosed by a bony box called cranium or brain box, and the spinal cord is protected by vertebral column. Vertebral column. For the sake of study, I can divide the brain into three parts. I can divide it into forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain, it comprises of OCD. OCD, remember OCD? Obsessive compulsive disorder. Then here we have olfactory. Olfactory lobes, two lobes. Then cerebral hemispheres. Hemispheres, again two. And diencephalon, one. Okay, it is single and these two are paired. So they are two. Both of them are two olfactory lobes, two cerebral hemisphere, and a single unpaired. So diencephalon is unpaired. Diencephalon, unpaired. So I'm also writing unpaired so that you remember this also. It's a single one. Please remember, no need to make any confusion. And please don't forget this, that these are paired, unpaired. Two are paired, one is unpaired. OCD, olfactory lobe, cerebrum into two parts, cerebral hemisphere, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, therefore two parts, and diencephalon, which comprise of epithalamus, thalamus, hypothalamus, all that. Coming to the midbrain, in the midbrain we have optic lobes. How many are there? Two. Two optic lobes. In hindbrain, we have CM. CM Garu. C stands for cerebellum. One cerebellum. And we have one medulla. Medulla oblongata. Oblongata. From medulla oblongata begins the spinal cord. Spinal cord. There is an aperture or a foramen, a randram, a foramen here in the skull, and from that foramen, spinal cord comes out. That foramen is known as, yes, foramen means a small aperture, chidra or randram. Foramen magnum, because it is the largest foramen of the skull. Largest foramen of the skull, foramen magnum, from this aperture, the spinal cord comes out of the cranium. So all the three, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain are part, they are inside the cranium. The spinal cord comes out of the cranium. And spinal cord is connected to the medulla oblongata. Please remember OCD, optic lobes, just one name, and CM. CM, Chief Minister CM. CM, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata in the hindbrain. Dear children, hope you remember these are the different parts. Please write down the flow chart. No need to go into any detail of the function stuff. Just this much is required. And well, with that we come to the end of the frog body systems, organ systems. But one more thing. Please remember that frog has some value, some economic value. What? The frogs eat insects. And therefore, some insects can destroy the crop. Certain type of crop, they are the biggest target of insects. Frog eat those insects. Hence, it can prevent those crops. Frogs eat insects and it can be used to prevent crops. Not all, but certain crops, number one. Then yesterday I was watching one vlogger. It's a travel vlogger, and he took us to Kohima, Manipur. Oh, sorry, Nagaland. Nagaland, Kohima. Kohima is the capital of Nagaland. In Nagaland, he has shown that frog were kept there. Frog. Big size frog are there. And one frog, he asked how much is this frog? He said 120 rupees, one frog. And he asked that whether, like what to do with that? People say they eat. And in some language, he said, try to say that it is good for this or that, some energy, some heat. I didn't understand that. But he asked whether it is available in the hotel, something. She said that Naga women who are selling them. And then he said in Hindi that here these type of animals are frequently eaten. So we need not to go to Middle East or some China, Southeast Asia. No, Middle East में नहीं होता, Southeast Asia में होता है. Not in the Middle East. Middle East they don't eat this. Southeast Asian, in those Asian countries, many of them they eat frog, and there also in Nagaland frogs were eaten. He was, I think Nagaland, one information we have, but then if the states which are having the cuisine similar to China or to the, Southeast Asian countries, because there, these type of animals like pigeon is eaten there normally, right? Pigeon. We don't even bother about that. We don't eat pigeon. Okay? Yes, people do eat here, but it's not that common, not at all common. Understand? In fact, the dog and if the dog somehow take the frog in the mouth, the dog start vomiting. So here the taste is different, but there even the humans. And you know why? The muscular leg of frog, they make a soup out of the muscular leg, and then they eat rice or whatever with that soup of muscular leg, the leg of the frog. Okay, the hind limb are very muscular, and therefore some of the people they eat it. Okay, and yesterday only I saw that vlog. Okay, children, with that we come to the end of the frog, and now we have to start with the human digestive system. The first chapter is chapter number 16, digestion and absorption. First of all, tell me, have you understood till frog? Then only we'll proceed further. Otherwise, we can keep on doing animals, and then you have not understood. First of all, tell me, why frog leg are eaten, sir? Frog, because it is muscular. It is fleshy, and fleshy. People want to eat flesh. That is the reason they eat. The question is why the chicken is eaten. The muscle of the chicken, the skeletal muscle, they eat it. Why mutton is eaten? The skeletal muscle. Basically, the skeletal muscles, they are the main, food in an animal. Mainly the skeletal muscle are eaten by man. Okay, and that is a source of proteins, and we think that we are getting proteins from this non-veg food, and that's the reason we eat these muscles. Which muscle? Skeletal muscles. Yes, muscular leg is eaten. Good. But so any other thing you have any doubt in frog, please tell me. Okay, any doubt in the NCRT thing? We can discuss some other time that why the cultures have that type of inclination, right? For that, even I have to go there and understand what they are saying and why they eat that. First of all, tell me anything, whatever we have discussed on board, have you understood or not? If yes, then we can proceed further. At least 2-3 people can say yes to me, we can proceed further. Understood? Yes, 1, 2, got. 2, yes, I got. Yeah, good. Thank you. So that means that people have understood, majority have understood. I'm sorry, from the YouTube children, we don't have any such communication from the YouTube. Yes, we can start with the chatting, okay? But still some problems are there. We need some people to, manage the comments, okay? Therefore, we have not starting the chatting now. Okay, children, with that we come to the end. Now let me start with the nutrition. Now, nutrition means providing nourishment. What is the nutrient? Whatever the good things, useful substances present in food are called nutrients. Example of nutrients: carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. All these are nutrients. Then what is holozoic nutrition? Holozoic nutrition is a type of nutrition involving 5 steps. Holo means all 5 steps. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Ingestion, digestion, absorption. 3 here. Assimilation. Assimilation is transportation to every part in utilization. Right? So transportation and utilization of the nutrient. What is assimilation of nutrient? Assimilation means transportation two different parts of the body, and then utilization by the cell. So till that point, we say now the cells have assimilated. We have assimilated. That is called assimilation. How to define? Transportation and utilization by the cell. Assimilation. Egestion. Undigested waste is released out. That is called egestion. What is excretion? Excretion is the removal of metabolic waste. Is the fecal matter same as metabolic waste? No. The fecal matter is undigested food. Majority of that is undigested food, right? Very little, bile pigments are there, which are the excretory waste. Otherwise, undigested food. That is not excretion. Excretion means removal of metabolic waste, waste that are produced during metabolism, right? For example, the metabolic waste can be carbon dioxide, universal metabolic waste. Mainly, we are concerned with the nitrogenous waste, like urea, uric acid, uric acid, ammonia, hippuric acid, creatinine. All these are nitrogen containing metabolic waste. Their removal is called excretion. Egestion is removal of undigested food. Defecation. What is defecation? Defecation is a process of egestion which involves voluntary removal or voluntary release of fecal matter through the outside through the anus. Voluntary release of fecal matter to outside through the anus is called defecation. Malli. Egestion, undigested food removed is egestion. Then what is defecation? Fecal, D out, which is the voluntary removal of the fecal matter out of the body through the anus is called defecation. Okay. What is deglutation? Who will tell me? I want people to comment here. Deglutation. Deglutation. What is deglutation? Okay, beta. Yeah, Yamini, I'll write that. Passage of Om. Just 1 second. Tell me what is deglutation. Deglutation is the technical word for swallowing. Yes, in Pharynx X655. You're right. It means swallowing. Deglutation. What is micturition? Urination. Okay, that you are aware of. Micturition is the release of urine, right? Removal of urine. Defecation, removal of fecal matter. Okay. What is parturition? Parturition or parturition. Parturition. What is that? Yes. Removal of baby. No, it's the birth of the baby. Baby birth. Okay. Child birth. Baby birth. Birth of the baby is called parturition. Right? Understood now? These technical terms, some technical terms. One more, I am frequently using it. And what is that? Deglutation. Deglutation means swallowing. This act, nigalna in Hindi. This is called swallowing in English. Okay? Deglutation. Bachcho, so far these terms you understood. What is herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous? What is a cockroach? Cockroach is omnivorous. Frog. What is frog? Carnivorous. Tadpole. Tadpole. Short में लिख दो, short में, yes. Herbivorous. Humans. Humans. We are omnivorous. Omnivorous. All type of food. We are omnivorous. Okay, understood? Time to time, some more terms will come and I'll be writing those definitions on board. Right now, I'm not cluttering your brain with all of that. I am starting with the human digestive system directly. Human digestive system can be divided into two parts. One is the alimentary canal and one associated digestive organs, glands. Number one, alimentary canal and associated digestive organs. Bacho, please note down the human digestive system means It's an organ system. It's an organ system. To understand that, to study that, we can divide it into two parts. One, alimentary canal. Alimentary canal, number one, also called GIT, GIT, gastrointestinal tract, GIT, gastrointestinal tract, simply called gut. Gut is not GIT, that's a gut is another name to denote. Okay, or sometimes we refer enteric or enteron. So this prefix is used for alimentary canal. The prefix enteron. Gut is not a short form, neither it is a prefix or suffix. GIT is a short form abbreviation. Alimentary canal is the long coiled tube extending from mouth to anus. This is alimentary canal. And you know how much is this is 30 feet long. How much? 30 feet long, around 9 meters long. 30 feet, around 30 feet long. Very long, 30 feet, yes, feet. This is 12 feet, 11 feet. Now, not this, but 30 feet, 3 times. You can imagine how big tube is just coiled and put inside the tummy. Okay, so it is highly coiled. Actually, the length, right now, if I take it out in a living body and I try to measure, see, it's always in motion. It's always in a motion, little motion, peristalsis. And, there is a tone in the muscle. So the longitudinal muscles, they are in partial contraction. And because of the contraction of the longitudinal muscle, the total length is shortened. And that is the reason the effective length cannot be measured in a living state. In a living state, if I measure, I can get it around 6 meters. 6 meters, 7 meters. But to get the original length in a dead body, we have to take out and then we measure, because now the muscles have relaxed and the true length of the alimentary canal, 30 feet long, around 9 meters long from mouth to anus. The associated digestive glands are salivary glands, 3 pairs, then gastric glands in the stomach lining, gastric glands, then we have liver, which produce the bile, therefore the bile tract or biliary tract, okay? So from the duct to the gallbladder and then to common bile duct, biliary tract. After that, pancreas, okay? And then lastly, we have intestinal glands. What is alternate name of intestinal glands? Alternate name of intestinal glands? No. MC. What is that, everyone? Intestinal glands, they are the crypts of Lieberkühn. Kuhn. Crypts of Lieberkühn. Crypt means gaps. Lieberkühn, scientist name. I'm not very sure about the pronunciation. How to pronounce, I have remembered the spelling. Lieberkuhn. So there is a lie, Lie, there is a bear, BER, and there is Kuhn, Kuhn. So 3 parts with the spelling. That's how I remembered. And crypt means gap. So the correct pronunciation of this name, we don't know. These are European names. We don't have real knowledge about that. Just keep these points in mind, bacho. These are the 5 examples, 5 different glands: salivary gland, gastric gland, liver, pancreas, intestinal glands. Five different places we need to remember. They produce 5 different type of digestive juices. Salivary gland produce saliva, gastric gland produce gastric juice, liver produce bile, pancreas produce pancreatic juice, intestinal gland produce succus entericus. Succus entericus, okay? So shall I write that? And I'm leaving it to you. I'm leaving it for you. You have to write down the juices. So salivary gland produce saliva. Yes. Gastric glands as gastric juice. Liver, bile. Pancreas, pancreatic juice. Intestinal glands, succus entericus or intestinal juice. Intestinal juice. Succus entericus or intestinal juice. Please keep those points in mind. Saliva, gastric juice, bile, pancreatic juice, succus entericus, intestinal juice. So these are the 5 different types, and they have enzymes. We'll discuss about that later on. Right now, I'm taking you to the alimentary canal, starting from the mouth, ending to the anus. These are the alternate names: GIT, gut, or enteron. Okay, enteron like enteric neural system, enteritis, gastroenteritis, enteron means intestines, gut. Okay, bacho, I think this is clear to you. 2 parts, we have divided 2 parts. One is alimentary canal and one is digestive glands. Starting with the alimentary canal first, and I'm starting with the first part of the alimentary canal, mouth. So we are doing the alimentary canal first. We have started with the alimentary canal and started with the mouth first. The mouth opens into buccal cavity or oral cavity. Mouth opens into buccal cavity or oral cavity. Oh, the buccal cavity opens into pharynx. Some part of the pharynx is a common passage for food and air. Not completely, but part of it is a common passage for food and air. After pharynx, then we have got esophagus. After esophagus, we have got stomach. After stomach, small intestine. And then we have the large intestine. And then we have the anus, outside as anus. So mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus. Esophagus opens into stomach. Stomach opens into small intestine. The first part of the small intestine is duodenum, thereby duodenum, jejunum, ileum, duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Duodenum, jejunum, ileum. DJI, 3 parts. Duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Ileum is the longest, followed by jejunum, followed by duodenum. In terms of the length, duodenum is the shortest, then jejunum. Jejunum is shorter than ileum. That means this is the order of the length. Length of the ileum is longest. Please remember. Large intestine can be divided into these following parts. Starting with number 1, we have the cecum. Cecum, then colon, then rectum. Large intestine has cecum, colon, rectum. Cecum, colon, rectum. Cecum, colon, rectum. Colon has 4 parts: ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon. Ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid, colon can be differentiated into ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon, and then rectum. So small intestine has three parts: duodenum, jejunum, ileum. The length of the ileum is the longest, jejunum is the shortest. Then large intestine, three parts: cecum, colon, rectum, cecum, colon, rectum, CCR, cecum, then followed by colon. Colon has five parts: ascending, transverse, descending, and four parts, I'm sorry, ascending, transverse, descending, and sigmoid. It has got four parts. After that, we have the rectum, and rectum opens to outside as anus. So these are the different parts of the alimentary canal that come one after the other. Okay, so one after the other means stomach opens into duodenum, duodenum into jejunum, jejunum opens into ileum, and then ileum opens into cecum. Cecum opens into ascending colon, ascending colon into transverse, transverse into descending, descending into sigmoid colon, and then rectum, and after that rectum we have the anus. Small intestine is the main site for digestion and absorption. This is the main site for digestion and absorption. It's a main site for digestion and absorption. I repeat, small intestine is the main site for digestion and absorption. Small intestine is the main site for digestion and absorption. But hope you are clear with all this. Mouth leading to a buccal cavity. In the buccal cavity, what all you find? You find the palate in the buccal cavity, palate. You find the tongue in the buccal cavity, and finally the teeth in the buccal cavity. Palate, tongue, and teeth. Palate, tongue, and teeth. Palate, tongue, and teeth. These three parts in the buccal cavity we will be doing. Bachcho, is this chart clear to you? I am now discussing with you some points about the palate, then tongue, and then the teeth. Shall I? Okay. Palate. Palate is differentiated into anterior part, which is hard palate, and posterior part is soft palate. Soft palate continues posteriorly as a triangular fleshy structure, and this is known as uvula. This is called uvula. And this is a partition between the buccal cavity and the nasal cavity. Above that, we have a nasal cavity here, nasal cavity, and this is the nasal cavity. Okay, so nasal cavity, and now here is a buccal cavity. And what you see here, this is the tongue. So tongue is there, tongue. Medially, there is a membrane which is called frenulum, which connects the tongue to the floor of the buccal cavity. Frenulum, which connects the tongue to the floor of the buccal cavity. Medially, there is a membrane called frenulum, which connects the tongue to the floor of the buccal cavity. Bacho, this is how the body is from inside. You see this one. The buccal cavity, this is pharynx, complete is pharynx, and here goes. And here is the esophagus. So this is esophagus. And here is the pharynx. So what you see here, this is a cartilage, and here goes the cartilage. The biggest cartilage of the pharynx called the biggest cartilage of the larynx, which is called as the thyroid cartilage. I'll make it once again. This is Hey Bhagwan. This is trachea. Behind the trachea is the esophagus. This is larynx, and this is epiglottis. This is epiglottis. This is tongue. Tongue. Buccal cavity. Behind the buccal cavity, we have the opening for larynx. This is called glottis. Opening for esophagus. This is called gullet. Gullet. The food, when taken here, when this is a bolus is here, bolus. And now the bolus goes here. And when the bolus is going, some expansion of the esophagus occurs. To allow the expansion to occur without damaging, so I'll show you, when the bolus is moving, some expansion of the esophagus occur. To allow the expansion without damaging the trachea has incomplete rings. The trachea has incomplete rings. Otherwise, wherever I'll show this. Suppose the bolus is going here. So what the bolus can do, either the bolus movement stop or it can even break the rings. So these are the cartilaginous rings in the trachea. They are semicircular and they are giving space behind. Muscular tongue, this is frenulum. Frenulum, I'll call it frenulum. Frenulum. This one is palate. This is called palate. This is hard palate, soft palate. And this is called uvula. Uvula. This is the internal nostril, external nostril. This is the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity. Nasal cavity. I can do one thing. I can make it a bigger one so that you all can understand it right now. Bacho, see this one. Here we have shown So this is the chin, tongue is there, muscular tongue, where we are seeing a section, and this is a frenulum. This is frenulum. This is a palate, hard and soft. This is uvula, this triangular hanging structure, and this is internal nares. Internal nares. Internal nostrils. This is external nostrils. Air goes from here and air go to the pharynx from here. I'll be now shading the this complete is called pharynx. This is pharynx. You can see that behind the nasal cavity is nasopharynx, behind the buccal cavity or oral cavity is oropharynx. Behind the nasal cavity is nasopharynx, behind the buccal cavity is oropharynx. Down here, oropharynx get two options. So one of the option is this one, this is called glottis. And one of the option is this one, this is called gullet. Gullet is the opening of esophagus. So this is the esophagus. These are bolus. Moving bolus. And when the bolus is going at that time, at that place, some expansion occurs. What is this? This is trachea. Trachea. What is this one? I'll shade it. What is this one? Come on. This is larynx. Larynx. And this is a laryngeal cartilage only. Epiglottis. This is larynx. Larynx followed by trachea. This is the neck region, skin. Okay, so at least it look like a body, skin, nasal cavity. Okay, and this green is pharynx, palate. Some people are very slow to understand. Very slow. Any problem here? Any structure which you have not understood? Any structure? Laryngopharynx. Actually, some authors, they write that, the oropharynx, below the oropharynx is laryngopharynx. Vikram. So that laryngopharynx, you can say below the oropharynx. So what I can do here, I can put my pen like this, and below this is all laryngopharynx. Some authors don't do this, okay? Some authors say two only, nasopharynx and oropharynx. Oropharynx, here two openings are there. This is glottis, this is gullet. In the gullet, the food goes. In the glottis, the air goes. And this is epiglottis. Over the glottis is epiglottis. This is larynx, okay? And this is trachea. Understood? All points clear? Can we proceed now? Good. बच्चों, In this area, I have explained you how the food enters into here. And this is the buccal cavity, tongue. And above is the palate. Palate divides the tongue. Palate divides the buccal cavity and nasal cavity. It's between buccal cavity and this is the uvula. Uvula goes up and close the internal nostril so that during the swallowing of food, the food particle may not enter into the nasal cavity. That's the reason the uvula is functioning. Epiglottis is functioning so that the food bolus may not enter into the larynx. So the two have different functions. Okay, they prevent not to enter into the nasal cavity, and this prevents not to enter into the larynx. Okay, and the bolus I have shown here. This is a tongue, and that's tongue. Tongue, there is a median membrane which connects the floor of the tongue to the floor of the buccal cavity, and that is called lingual frenulum, frenulum linguae or lingual frenulum. But so let me proceed further. Tongue on the dorsal surface of the tongue. On the dorsal surface of the tongue, some papillae can be seen. These minute projections are called papillae. At the back, the projections are very, very rough and big. This is tonsil, lingual tonsil here, lingual tonsil, and these are papillae. Okay, tongue is made up of skeletal muscle. Okay, this is a skeletal muscle, and these are the papillae. Lingual papilla. One papilla, many papillae. Okay, bachcho. Now, I'll tell you. I'll make that on surface of the tongue. The surface of the tongue is some papillae are big. They are called circumvallate papillae. They are the largest of the papillae. Some are the smallest. They are called filiform papillae. Which one? Filiform. Leaf-like, chinna leaf-like. And some are little bigger. They are called fungiform. Fungiform are like fungus, mushroom. They have a mushroom head, okay? Now, some of them possess the taste buds. Some of them possess the taste buds. I'll show you one of them, okay? So, suppose this is which one is this? I said fungiform papilla. Now, above is the papilla. So, the papilla is above. And here, now here you find certain sensory neurons are here. Certain sensory neurons can be seen here. And you know that sensory neurons are never, they are never only sensory or alone. Lot of supporting cells can be seen. All these are supporting cells. The yellow color one are the sensory neurons. They have got long axon, and this is how the axons are going and forming the branch of the, the sensory nerve. So what do you see, bachcho, here? What do you see this one? This is the one taste bud. This is taste bud. Taste bud, this one. Okay? Above is a cap, and here, and these are the sensory neurons, these one. And all the green one, they are the supporting cells. Supporting cells, okay? These are also called gustatory receptors. Just learn the name, taste buds, gustatory receptors. If a point comes, all the type of taste buds, there are different type of taste buds. Number one, the largest one, circumvallate. Smallest one, filiform. Middle one, fungiform. Do all 1 to 3 have taste buds? No, all of them do not have taste buds. Taste buds can be seen in 1 and 3. Circumvallate and fungiform. These are circumvallate, circumvallate, and these are fungiform. Fungiform. Circumvallate and fungiform. Okay, bachon, have you understood this much? One and three, that means circumvallate and fungiform. If I give this line, I will give this line as statement 1 and statement 2, true and false type. In mouth, food is called bolus. No, beta, when we chew the food and roll it by the tongue, mix it with saliva, roll like a tongue, so that laddu that is formed, that laddu is called bolus. We'll come to that in the process of digestion because it is a mechanical digestion. Right now, only the body system. So they're just, because I have shown bolus, that's why I have defined bolus. When we chew the food, okay, roll it with tongue, mix it with saliva, this laddu form, this is called bolus, ball-like bolus, laddu-like for bolus. After that, what I was saying here is statement 1, all type of taste buds possess, all type of papillae possess taste buds. Tell me statement 1 is correct or wrong? True or false? Statement 1, correct or incorrect? Incorrect, because not all type they have taste buds. When you read your textbook, you will very cleverly find out these lines. The points which I'm highlighting here, find out those lines when you're reading. Maybe in the first reading, you may not notice, second time, third time. Okay? Okay, so not all of them have taste buds. The circumvallate, the largest one, these are the largest one. They mainly possess the bitter sense, bitter taste. They mainly possess the bitter taste, the taste buds for bitter taste. We have got 5 basic tastes. So 4 plus 1, basic tastes. Okay, so the 4 basic tastes earlier known to us, and the 5th one newly discovered. So 4 basic tastes are, yes, start with the bitter, sweet, salty, sour. 4 plus 1. This is, any idea what is this? 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the 5th basic taste. Newly discovered 5th basic taste. Yes, newly discovered metallic taste. Metallic is not a taste. Newly discovered 5th basic taste. Have you heard about this word umami? Umami, have you heard about this word? Umami. Umami, this is a tangy taste, tangy. The taste of tomatoes, tangy taste. The taste of tomatoes. This one is the 5th basic taste. Just for your knowledge. Umami, tsunami. What is common between umami and tsunami? Come on. Weird question? Yes. What is common between umami and tsunami? Anyone? Sweet and sour. Na beta. This is tangy. Tomato are neither sweet nor salty nor sour. Tomato taste is tangy. That is the umami. Sandu. What is sandu? I asked what is common between tsunami and umami. Answer is both are Japanese words. Umami is also a Japanese word. Tsunami also a Japanese word. Bachon, with this, I end this class. Bachon, already high time. And on the next turn, I'll be completing some more parts. On Saturday, we are meeting. No one will go anywhere. Saturday, we are meeting YouTube. Very less children are coming in the YouTube today. And guys here. Okay, all the very best children. Bye-bye. Take care. And my time is over. I'll come on the next, on Saturday, I'll come. आज क्या हो गया ना? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, I will do the remaining part. children. Bye bye. Take care. God bless you all. And do your hard work, bachon. Bye bye. Okay. QR code. Sorry. I'll give you the QR code. Okay. But I have made an assignment. And this time assignment contains questions like exercise 1, exercise 1 pro, exercise 1 pro max. Three type of exercise in MCQs are there. 1 pro max, and fill in the blanks. Okay? Now it's your duty. Please remind me. Remind me that sir, you have not sent the, because I think by evening, please remind me. I'll send them. Yesterday night they were prepared. All the best, children. Bye bye. Take care.